This is number 1 for lab and homework number 3, part 4. Let me talk to you about how to read in. We need to be able to find a way how to read in this data file right now. We said this is going to be the length, and this is going to be the width, right? So we're going to use the in file, the in file variable that we declared up here. This is from this variable right here. Okay, we're going to do the in file with this thing, and it's going to be the insertion symbols that we're going to insert in is the what? The length. And you can do this for the width. Okay, so that in the out file you're going to output this thing. So instead of saying cout, what you normally do, but in this case this is the variable that you're going to write out this thing. Is going to be just tell people what is on the file within, you know, what's on this. So in line drops down to the next line with it. Here's the rectangle with this length with it. So let's tell them what length this is. This thing is what? Okay, and then here's the variable length in here, right? And then space width. And then you're going to do width with this thing. Hopefully I word wrap this thing. And then it does a little quotation, comma. Yeah, let's do that. And then area, area is equal to, this is length. So how do you find the area of a rectangle? It's length times the width, right? So we take the variable length times the width in this thing, right? And then quote parameter equal to, so how do you figure out the parameter of this thing? So it's all the outside of the rectangle, right? So you take the length, what, plus that with the width, right? And you multiply it by 2, right? So you take 2, multiply it with that. Okay, so that will give us the n line, so a couple of line spaces down with it as well. So this takes care of what? What are we calculating? Is this area of what we just calculated, the area of this thing. We need to read in the radius of this thing. So this is what, here's the next one is the radius, 15.16. And you recall the radius is a double, so we're okay with it. So length and width, all of this we have is a double with it. So here, this is the point where we go in and do in file, this, and radius, right? So you're going to out file. How do you want to output this thing? Of course, this is a circle, right? So put in line. You're going to tell me that this is radius is equal to, okay, so drop down to the next line is the radius here. Radius goes here. This radius is this radius right here, this variable right here. So if I that's what's going to be output to what you read in from your data file with this, and you're going to tell it area equal to length and then you're going to tell it the width is equal to that width, and you're going to tell it to, no, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm doing width. I did the width up here already, so this is the radius. What am I thinking? It's actually just pi times radius times radius. Okay, so that will give me the area of this radius right now with it. And then I would actually just concatenate, kind of add this with the circumference equal. So how do you calculate the circumference? 2 times what? No, 2 times the pi, the constant pi, times the radius in line. Okay, let's give it a couple of lines here. Okay, so hold on.